Hello and welcome. I am Dash Bubble, and this is some concept work for a Bedrock ice farm. And I'm putting this out there because I don't have this finished yet, but I have a lot of ideas on how to make this happen, and I wonder if maybe someone can come along and contribute. So the first thing I want to show you is this ice conveyor belt. It's 5 tall, and I have a system over there I'll show you in a second where we can send this to a mining chamber. But basically, the way this works is there are 2 steps. The first step is these sticky pistons pull back their slime and honey respectively, sending their ice in that direction. And we pull these ice blocks out of the way so that these can go back forward. And then we push this back in here so we can just pull back that way, push forward, and maintain the column. And we can repeat this over and over like this. I flipped the sides, but you don't have to do that. And I'm just, when we pull back, I'm using a command block to make this air. And I'm using another command block to fill in over here. But we can basically just keep running this over and over. And we have a conveyor belt with ice. And what we can do with that, this is an old version of the conveyor belt. I like this one because it's linear. This is a little bit confusing, but we send them over here into this diagonal section, and then the diagonal section pushes down here, and then we push out over here. We have an observer. When that block breaks, we just, go backward through the piston chain, pushing the ice through. So I think this would work for a mining chamber. There's one more thing I want to show. I think this over here is the fastest way we can detect when the last block is mined. So the way this one works is we take the initial pulse from the observer and we send it through this way and we hit all the pistons. The problem is that when this piston extends, this observer will send another pulse. So we extend this pulse with a 1-tick repeater and a 2-tick repeater, keeping this piston on this pulse generator extended so the second pulse doesn't make this piston push again. So I think that's the fastest way we can push ice into the chamber and then make room for the next column to come down from above. So these are all the pieces that I have right now. The one thing I don't yet have is a way to get the ice into a long column like this consistently. So if you have an idea on how this can be done, I think that would be a great YouTube video to make, and maybe we can collaborate a little bit. I want to show one other thing. Where was that? Oh, over here. So I have this flying machine, and I had this idea that I could use, where's ice? These pistons right here to, like, if we got a bunch of ice in like mini columns, we could push them into a bigger column using something like this. And let's see. If I trigger this piston, then these will all get triggered at the same time, but this one needs to unextend first. So if I trigger this here, this flying machine pushes this ice. Now, there is one big problem with this, and that is that if these layers get out of sync, then it breaks the flying machine. So it's kind of fragile in that sense. And I don't know of any way we can guarantee that the amount of ice in, like, we could have a situation like this where one, I guess, row in this column of ice has more ice than the other. So we can't guarantee every piston won't hit the piston extension limit, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to show this because it is an idea of how we can kind of make mini columns with, I guess, length 11 and push them into a bigger column, which we could then send into a mining chamber with the techniques I showed before. So I'll show this. This is a 2-way flying machine. So if I put this here, it'll go back. And yeah, as long as these don't get out of sync, it's totally fine. It's just when they do get out of sync, then it breaks. And ideally, we have a system that is not really fragile. That would be suboptimal. So anyway, hopefully these ideas might spark some curiosity, some innovation in someone else. If I am able to figure out a way to make this whole system work, I will make another video uploading about or explaining it all. But for now, these are the puzzle pieces I have. I'm just trying to figure out a way that we can put them all together. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.